Christ almighty. I hope you guys can hear this. Well, everything seems to be fucking up. Can you guys hear me? I don't know exactly what's going on. Hold on, I'll check on Chrome. I mean, it says it's going live. I'm not sure, though, from what's happening. Okay. So, okay, you might have experienced a death in my stream because I seem to have stopped streaming for a second. Okay, good. I can continue my rant on bogus statistics. So, again, if you would actually do research on the goddamn wage gap that's enraging because it's all over everywhere, you would find that it has no basis other than women's personal choices, and I completely respect that. If women choose to not be scientists, that's their preference, but then you can't call it a problem. It's not a problem then. Especially not a problem that should be regulated. Oh, and the people getting offended, the social justice warriors. That's the most sickening thing of all, isn't it? The people getting offended at everything. The people that want to regulate you. The people that want to cut off your free speech, even though it's one of the, like, basic human rights. Free speech, right? Like I said, I have nothing against any race, nothing against any women, because I choose people, like, I judge people by their merits. So, like, what other thing they're trying to do, which is extremely scary for me as a programmer, is they're trying to make quotas an acceptable thing. What I mean by that is, basically, they want workplaces. This fucking death counters went to shit, I'm guessing. Like, this isn't even an accurate number. They basically want to enforce a 50-50 workplace. Like, 50% men and 50% women. Even though that is against equality. Because then, you're not picking people for their personal, like, achievements, for their personal ability in that field. You're picking them because of their gender, right? So then the 30%, like, out of that 50% of the women, 30% of that 50% would be just women who can't keep up and who are not doing their job, because there are men who are better qualified to do that job, because more men apply for that job. More men are trying to qualify for that job. Meanwhile, the same disparity would be seen with teachers. There would be less qualified male teachers than the women teachers, because more women would go for that field. I know exactly. Do the people who are best for the job, not because of their race, not because of their gender. That's, you know, if you think logically, that should be the exact opposite. Like, what feminists are doing, what they should be doing, should be the exact opposite of what they're doing now. At least according by their ideology, which is equality, right? What they're doing is not even close to equality. And the reason generally the term feminism annoys me is because people almost always choose to only use half of the definition. Half of the definition of feminism is that they want equality for men and women, but the other half is that it's on the basis that women are the oppressed gender. So, if women are not the oppressed gender, then feminism has no reason to exist. In that particular place, I mean. Like, I'm completely fine with feminism in, let's say, Islamic countries, and Islam is a whole other story how horrible that is. But I'm completely fine with feminism for, like, Islamic countries, because women are the oppressed gender there. But they're not in Western cultures. That just doesn't make any sense. Fucking... If you think how ironic this is, like, if you picture me as this thief, like, a 12th century thief from the ghetto is talking about how feminism is ruining internet culture and generally culture around us. That's so ironic, isn't it? Well, if you think about Dark Souls, women are, like, pretty cool there. I love Kiaren, for example. I absolutely adore Kiaren. I have a Kiaren cosplay character, actually. I love her style of fighting. Oh, I also like Priscilla. Fuck. I'm way... This fight is going way too well for me to go on a tangent on anything else but the game currently, so I'm trying to kind of concentrate. Fucking pirouette almost killed me, Jesus Christ. Do the jumpy, thank you. See ya, Shing. They are trying to bring women up. Because, I mean, that's the point of feminism. The point of feminism is to bring women up. Because you assume they're oppressed. So if you assume they're oppressed when they're not, the only thing you're gonna do is bring them up. So you can't really fault the ideology. It's just, you can fault the people using the ideology when it's not supposed to be used. That's why I dislike the idea of feminism currently. Anyone who's a feminist and advocates for problems in America really shouldn't be a feminist. Especially because women, and they're proud of doing this, never discuss men's problems that are actually present in the, in the legal system. Like, let's talk about how in divorces, almost every time the mother gets child custody. Almost every single time. Is that not a problem? Is that not an equality problem? Like, even in cases where it's clear that the mother should not have the child, it still happens. This is the farthest I've ever gone in this fight. Maybe I should continue talking about feminism. Maybe it helps me fight or something. I'm not sure. Oh my god, Solaire, don't. Solaire, stop, please. I got a cat named Solaire and he's using the scratching post right now and it's kind of distracting. Solaire, please. That piece of shit fucking slam bullshit that almost hurt me! God fucking shit, fuck. The power of anti-feminism was not enough to defeat Artorias. Man, you know what I should do? I should just imagine, like, Artorias is Anita Sarkeesian, and then I'm gonna fucking beat him no problem, because my rage will fuel me. Like... It's also funny because extremism is so present in feminism too. Poe's law is almost always present. Like, if you don't know what Poe's law means, it's basically when an ideology or a movement gets to such an extreme point that you cannot distinguish between if certain things that are happening are sarcasm in how extreme they are, or if they are actually a completely honest and true thing. Like, the kill all men hashtag. That was so insane, and still people did not know if that was actually a real thing that people wanted to happen, or that it was just sarcasm. And hilariously enough, that's because half of them were actually, like, completely sincere in the hashtag kill all men, while half of them weren't, which is insane. Yeah, enough. You're going down, Anita Sarkeesian. You'll never take me alive. Yeah, you'll never take me alive, or you're gonna take me dead, aren't you? This isn't working. It's always the slam, and it's always gonna be the slam. Like, if you calculate how much I need, right? I need, 52 hits to kill him, because there are 13 bars of health that he has, and you need 4 hits to clear out 1 bar. So that's a huge problem. Oh god. Okay. That was stupid of me. Oh boy, yeah, she's a bitch and a half. Basically, like, one of the absolute serious things she said, basically she criticized, alright, like, this is gonna sound hilarious, but this is her actual view, and you can look that up. She did one of her videos on this. She criticized old, Lara Croft's character because her boobs were too big. Even though she was awesome, the game was awesome, she was super cool, jumping around, being awesome, and just the games were fun, the old Tomb Raider games. She criticized the character because her giant, obviously attractive, like, triangle boobs were just too big, and that's sexist. And then she took the reboot, and she criticized the reboot for them making her boobs smaller, thus making her look more like a man, because they wanted to masculinize her, and that's sexist too. Like, that really seems like sarcasm, but it's not. That's her actual view. That is literally her actual view. I know, I've played the Tomb Raider games. I think, like, the Tomb Raider from the reboot looks pretty attractive, even though I kinda don't like the setting, how they were like, yeah, let's make her strong by having rape scenes. It was just, I don't know, she was put in unnecessarily insane situations. I know it doesn't make sense. I absolutely know it doesn't make sense. Then you ask, alright Anita, what do you want then? But she just criticized everything. Alright. The character she did like was from a game called, Two Brothers Swords and Sorcery. It's a pixel adventure game that's pretty boring. It's a point and click of sorts. And the character, the Stygian, just a bunch of pixels, like you can't even differentiate it from a fucking bush in the game. It just, you know it's female because it says it's female. It's a quote-unquote character with absolutely no characteristics, no, like, personality, nothing, just a blank slate. And she likes that character. Meanwhile, she criticizes Bayonetta, which I thought was like the picture of what a woman wanted to be. Like, she's sexy, she's awesome, she's confident, she's just super cool, but at the same time super attractive. And Anita Sarkeesian criticized Bayonetta for being over-sexualized, and that's sexist. And she was made by a woman. Bayonetta was made by a woman. I don't have any comment on her. She is just insane. And that, she just describes, like, the whole feminist movement. Like, you just don't even know what they want anymore. But they sure want something, though. You know that much. Christ. So yeah, if you like want really fun and informative videos on these kinds of topics and want a very somber person to discuss them and like show you evidence for it, you should absolutely check out Sargon of Akkad. I could not recommend his videos more. Absolutely enjoy every single one of them. Especially on Gamergate. Wow, how Gamergate was criticized. And it's funny because like 95% of people who criticized Gamergate literally did not know what Gamergate was. So that's, I think, the most funny part of that. Jesus. Could you stop? Pirouette. The jump, alright. God, the range on this thing, that's what destroys me. Really wish the range was longer. The jump. Fuck. This slash is even better than the jump. Fuck. So what I want him to do is the slash, the stinger, and the jump. Those are the punishable moves of his. Hey, buff. I know, men are super over-sexualized, but no one complains about it, because who cares? Like, I don't play video games to look at the character. I play games to know about the character, the story, and the gameplay. I absolutely do not care if the character fucking looks like a dandelion. I want to hear his story. Like, are they really judging the game and the character by the appearance? Fucking criticize He-Man, then. Literally, the costume of He-Man is just a fucking overall belt or something. And his naked chest is visible all times. He's the strongest in his naked, ab-filled chest form. Criticize that, then. I honestly thought that was gonna kill me. Oh! Christ. Of course. What else was gonna kill me? Yeah, fucking Kratos looks disgusting. He looks disgusting in the face, but fucking abs and muscles and... Well, to me it looks disgusting. But, he's super muscle-packed and naked at all times. Like, you'd think he'd wear armor, right? But no, his muscles, bulging muscles, are visible at all times. And no one complains about that, because they don't goddamn care. They just want to play the game. God of War is there so you can play the game. It's about playing the game. It's a 3D hack and slash, for fuck's sake. Exactly, that's the point. Guys do not care about being sexualized, because that's the most inane, most unimportant thing about anything. If feminists are complaining about how women are over-sexualized or not presented in the way they like in video games, that just shows that they really do not have an actual real world problem to complain about. Just shitty, stupid, small things that carry no weight or have no importance. Fucking go to Saudi Arabia and talk about things there. I would absolutely have nothing against you if you were a feminist talking about problems in Islamic countries. Or just generally, like, third world countries. Aw, I'm dead. Again, I forgot to add, like, to the death counter 3 times. Now, 81. I hope I'm gonna find out some secret mega technique to dodging the slam, otherwise I will not be able to. I'm just gonna have to get lucky with this then. And who knows when luck will shine its menacing smile at me. It's funny because a lot of pressure is put on the game devs by, like, developers. Like, there's so many token females and token minorities that are just there to not anger social justice warriors. And so many, like, so many pressures to make a good female character so that the feminist army won't absolutely run you over. And that's just a very disconcerting thing. And what I wanted to say was funny was when Anita Sarkeesian actually finally praised the game, which was that Swords and Sorcery game, the sales did not jump up 1%. They almost did not jump up at all. That was my fault. So her positive opinion, finally positive opinion about a game, warranted no changes. That, even though it got hundreds of thousands of views, that video, it changed nothing in the game sales. What does that mean? It means that fans of Anita Sarkeesian, people who agree with her, are not gamers. They are not people who actually play games. They are not people who actually know what video games are like. So either they are not gamers who agree with her, or they are not gamers who disagree with her, or they are gamers but disagree with her. There are almost no gamers among those hundreds of thousands of people who are gamers and who do agree with her. None of them. Because then at least fucking 10 of them or something would buy the game Swords and Sorcery, especially because it isn't that expensive. It's like an indie game. No changes in sale whatsoever. And Sargon of Akkad actually pointed that out to me in a video of his, showing that game developers should not be scared of the feminist pressure. They should just make games out of their heart and what they feel is right, and not by some insane high in the clouds standard which the feminists make. Right. Singer. quite annoying, honestly. I feel like, again, with these topics, because of fear, because of the lynch mob, especially with more popular people, people just don't discuss that. Either they are actually dedicated to that, and they do discuss it, which is their whole deal about what their channel is, for example, The Amazing Atheist, and like I said, Sargon of Akkad, and Milo Yiannopoulos, and similar people, whose whole deal is to actually discuss and debunk these things, or they're popular and they just either side with the more PC side, so they are like, yeah, I'm like a feminist, or I'm a or whatever they have. I know, I'm not saying there's not female objectification either, but I just don't see it as a problem. If fucking guys want to make girl characters just to jerk off to, fine! What is it to them? It's a character that's made up. No one is losing anything. Like, no one's thinking of women less because they made a character that they find hot and jerk off to. That's not gonna change a male's opinion on that female. Like, it's gonna change the opinion about a female as much as games cause violence in people. It just doesn't happen. It's fictional. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. And like we said earlier, men get objectified too. Mostly every single like side man character is a fucking musclehead who doesn't know anything about anything and is just there to be a brute that does stuff for the main character. I hate when I misjudge that attack. You know, about that not caring what other people say, I'm fine with people caring about what other people say. But even if what other people say offends you, that is not a problem. They are not making a mistake. It's your thing and your problem to deal with being offended. That's your deal, and no one has to or is supposed to care about that. That is entirely your situation that you're supposed to be taking care to take care of. This whole PC movement disgusts me because you can't ever not offend someone. You can't ever make anything that's interesting or unique that's not gonna offend some people. Just look at David Firth. I hope you know who David Firth is. If not, then you may know him by his most famous cartoon, Salad Fingers. Well, we thought not being able to deal with being offended won't get you far, but as the PCs have shown us, it can get you very, very far. With Patreons for Zoe Quinn for just being offended, and with scam fucking projects like Anita Sarkeesian makes. So obviously being offended is a very lucrative business nowadays. Sadly. Am I seeing things, or if I'm not at the base of his sword, I have a lesser chance of getting hit? I really hope that's an actual thing, because then I may have found out the secret to dodging his slam. Nope, I was wrong. Fuck me. Like, yeah, I'm glad you know who he is. I can't even guess how many people he's offended, he's disgusted, and I don't know what even. But he doesn't care. He does what he likes to do, no matter how dark the messages are, he just doesn't care. It's his expression. It's his thought, and it's his speech. And he has a freedom to have all of those things. The freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the freedom of thought. He has all of those things. And the progressives are trying to take that away from everyone. And that's horrifying to me. The Scarecrow's also trying to take the life away from me. And that's horrifying to me too. Piece of shit. Scarecrow. Man, I wish this counter was automated. Such a hassle to take care of this and think about stuff at the same time. I mean, like I said in my channel description, don't kill me. I love discussing things, especially discussing things like in the chat here, because I don't know, people don't discuss things often anymore because everyone's offended at everything. There's no arguments anymore. There's no fights anymore, you know? No colliding of opinions. There's nothing. Because if there is an argument, then one of them's gonna be offended, and then the other one, even though he has absolutely the freedom to say all of those things, they have repercussions for some reason. I don't know what the deal with it is either, because if you think about it, offensive people, society has an organic way of dealing with those people. Like, if someone goes around saying all Jews must die, or something like that, or I hate black people or whatever, you do not, or should you, reprimand him. Fuck hate speech. Don't do anything about him, it's his free speech. If he starts threatening those people, then yeah, that would be a risk. But just saying those things, he should not be punished. Because society already has a plan for him. What'll happen is, he won't get a job, he'll lose his friends, he'll just lose his respect and credibility. You don't need to punish him. Let him talk his stupid shit, it's not your deal. People seem to have forgotten that. I don't know. I absolutely believe, and when I say I believe in free speech, I absolutely mean that. Unlike every progressive out there. I don't know, should I... I kind of feel... Ah! Slam! Oh, welcome to the jam. And there shouldn't be. There absolutely shouldn't be any difference between those. You have an equal right to say both of those. Like... And I cannot understand why people are getting so insanely out of shape with these things, with these topics. I don't get why they're taboo either. Like, let's say I was popular, which is, like, let's face it, with this quality of commentary, that's never gonna happen. Like, let's say I was popular, right? What would be the repercussions of me talking about this topic? Like, I get my confidence from people like Sargon of Akkad and the Amazing Atheist. I get my confidence because I know that I can stand up to these people. They can't silence me. Like, actually, I guess if I was popular, they'd, like, report me to Twitch and then I'd get banned or something, but I shouldn't be scared. I should then find some other medium that's not a bullshit hypocritical medium. Aw, the stream's dying again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the frames dying. The frames are dropping like crazy, but it's really not me. Like, just occasionally my connection completely goes to shit because of my internet provider, and it's really not up to... I guess if I'm up to this wall and he does that charge attack, it's really a hard time dodging it or something. I always get hit by that at the start. Exactly, because I'm not like violating anyone's rights. I'm not inhibiting anyone's right to anything by saying offensive things. Being offensive is not breaking the law. The problem with laws against something like hate speech, which shouldn't be there in the first place, is because who defines what hate speech is? Who says what hate speech is? Who decides that? Like, someone might say, I hate all Jews. He might say, well, that's not hate speech, that's just his opinion, man. And some other person might say that when someone says, I hate dandelions, or I hate pollen because it makes me have allergies, they might say that's hate speech. It's such an ambiguous term. It doesn't mean anything. So making laws concerning that would just make no sense. It will be corrupt. It will be insane. There will be no order. Well, luckily, at least, as I've found out recently, Obama in his recent speeches has made a speech at a college saying that the PC movement is bullshit, and basically, especially like at universities where it is the most prominent because of all the budding feminists in the gender studies classes, fuck invincibility frames, am I right? I sure hope so. I really hope I'm gonna beat him. Because I don't know, Artorias, even with Ornstein and Smo, I like spent a total of 13 hours on him, right? And when I did something wrong, it was almost always me, or it was almost always something they did that I couldn't avoid. But with Artorias, I think I'm gonna avoid the attack, but I still get killed. Because I have no idea when it's gonna kill me or not. It's like Artorias' attack is hate speech. Like, I never know when it's actually true or not. Well, yeah, but like I said, it seems to be up to luck at this point. Because I have no tactic for dodging that slam. It just seems like some random thing, if I'm gonna dodge it or not. Yeah, I forgot to mention, sorry for plugging myself, but you know, if you like the, commentary, you know, if you like the quality and everything of the stream, do consider following, and whatever else you may like. You know, I'd appreciate that a lot. Because I sure hope you're enjoying the stream. I mean, you haven't left yet, so that's a good sign so far. Yeah, I, people, especially more popular people, like let's say Markiplier or someone like that, or PewDiePie, whoever, right? They shouldn't be scared to discuss these topics. Not religion, not politics, not like social movements, not anything. They should not be scared. That should not be a taboo topic in the slightest. That's something that's part of basic life. Oh, thank you. There's like a Spyro jingle when you follow, so I didn't hear it yet, so Jesus, Artorias. You walking away from me? What are you, too cool for school or something? Come on. Please let me beat you. Fucking money bags, man. What a capitalist piece of shit, though. I hope you know about the Spyro games. Well, if you don't, I'm gonna play Spyro 2 when I beat the Clash Challenge, whenever that may be, so... Oh, I missed him. No! I don't like missing him. Missing him is not a nice prospect. I said it's not a nice prospect. Oh, I didn't look! I was looking at the chat because of this... My bullshit little brother that was talking shit behind my back. Moneybags is an asshole. Like, you're going through the level, la la, having fun, I'm a little pink dragon, yay. And all of a sudden, fucking Moneybags, hey, if you want to activate this now... Dear Spyro, if you want to activate this bridge, you'll just have to give me a little fee. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, I just want to flame your smug face, you poop-colored bear, you fucking asshole. And luckily for me, because I'm a completionist, I always have the gems available to pay him. It's just he's so annoying how he's smug. I love how in every game, the other characters beat the shit out of him and take all the gems he got from you. That was my favorite part. I know, it was like amazing when when he's like running like a scaredy cat and you get to flame his ass finally after 3 whole games. Oh, that was just amazing. Yeah, so I hope when I get to it you'll enjoy my Spyro 2 playthrough too. Well, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm doing, Dale. I'm proccing his attacks. I'm always hoping for the jump attack, although the slam... God, the slam... How am I... Like, maybe if I not lock onto him and do, like, this kind of dodge or something, but I don't know if I'm fast enough for that. That's the problem. Huh. Alright, that might work, actually, so... Oh my god, that might actually work! Fuck! Yeah, I have to... Basically, if I'm not locked onto him, I think I have a hope of beating him. Sweet, sweet vengeance. You are totally right.
Yeah, but the problem is...
Yeah, I got so caught up in the conversation, I forgot to add 3 more deaths. God damn it. What are my deaths? 91, I think. God! What do you think about the new Spyro? I'm so sad that Spyro has been run to the ground. Like, I was, I didn't play Spyro 1. My first game ever that I played it, like, it's actually in my description because it's so important to me. Description of my channel. The first game I've ever played was Spyro 2 for the PS1. That's the Oh yeah. I'll try to change and mix up my schedule so I'm sometimes streaming in the morning, sometimes streaming in the afternoon. I'll try not to stick at a constant afternoon schedule. Actually, it's Saturdays. I stream in about up towards midnight. So from about this time to midnight. It's like a 6-hour stream usually. So I think in midnight. Now it's okay. So you can calculate what that time is since it's 10 minutes to 8. It's 7:50 currently in my time. So you can calculate about what midnight is. Yeah, thanks for the support, man. I absolutely agree with you. Like I would not watch myself if I if I had anything else. I'm like I said in the like little donation thingy, I'm looking to get an Audio Technica 2020, and from the rate of my savings, I feel like I'm gonna get it. That's if like no one donates. I feel like I'm gonna get it in like 2 months, like up to 3 months, let's say. And then I feel like the quality will up drastically. Even though my commentary is not much, I feel like the quality will be much better. God, that's still too early. Alright, then I'll try to mix up and stream in the morning sometime. Yeah, at least, like my brother said, at least I'm better than Dark Side Phil, Jesus Christ. That guy is just astonishingly annoying. Yeah. I love how only Afro uses quotes from his stupid playthrough. Like cockadookey mumblefuck, cockadookey bullshit mumblefuck nonsense. Well, I'm glad to have a. Oh, I might have. Fuck! He tracks you so perfectly. I will have to practice this, but. Oh, that sucks, man. I mean, I'm glad at least you're living with it. Well, look at it this way. At least your brain hasn't degraded to the point to being a feminist, so you're good. You're good there. Oh, by the way, you might have been confused about this, but I'm actually not. I mean, you may have noticed from the time zones or from the description, but I'm not American. I actually live in Serbia. You might know where that is. That's on the Balkan. Fuck. How do you say half? Like we call it Poluostrvo in Serbian. How do you say that in English? It's like a part of land that's surrounded by from 3 sides by water. So yeah, something like Florida or whatever. No, is it not a peninsula? Is it? I don't know. Okay, let's try the no locking on technique. Why did I ever lock onto him? This is way more effective. Yeah, I can control my role exactly, like... This is hopeless.
What?
Surrounded on 3 sides. Oh my, I forgot to proc myself. This is how much I've been enthralled in this. Yeah, but when he buffs, he'll one-hit kill me anyway, so that's why I proc. Like, there's no point if he'll only not one-hit kill me for a... This... What? My problem with this is it's like puncturing. It is a peninsula. Alright, good. Good. Surrounded, alright. So that's what I meant. So on the Balkan Peninsula, which is in Eastern Europe, that's where Serbia is. It's... If you know where Greece is, north of Greece is Macedonia, and the country north of Macedonia, the larger one, is Serbia. Next to Serbia is Croatia, the European Union suck-ups. Wow, that hell. Yeah, the scarecrow did not like that health, did he? Hey Priz, you just missed me rant about feminists for the last half an hour. And generally progressives. Alright. So, I've figured out that locking on actually cripples me, and not locking on might increase my chances drastically. So, let's try that. Even though the slam still destroys me no matter what I do. What? You listened to all of that, and you didn't say a word? I feel like someone who would disagree with me would object to a point I was making. So, either you just don't want to get into it, or you thought my points were sound. And if it was the first one, if you disagree with me, I'd like to... Oh, Priz. I can't see my viewer count anyway, so I don't know who comes in or who doesn't, so... But thanks for sticking around, though. It helps in the search, I think. The problem with Dark Souls is it's, like... I love to play it, but it's one of those oversaturated games to play on live streams. Because, well, finding the sweet spot with streams is kind of tricky. Basically, you want... Oh, no! You want a game that not too many people play, because if too many people play it, you will be the fucking dirt in the lake. Like, you'll be the bottom, where no one's gonna be interested in watching you because there are so many better streams out there. That's not there's not always someone playing. There's always about 20 people playing at all times. So. But I don't think there's any class challenge runs playing, so... Why am I locking on, even? Trying to jump. Kinda need to Ah, why are you circling around me? Where are you, a wolf? That's an Artorias joke because he has the wolf ring and he has the, like, wolf buddy and everything, so... That's a slow and cool attack, but... And the other side is just games no one's interested in, so that's not good either. Because then no one's gonna look up that game and see your stream. So you need a sweet spot game that only a few people are playing, that's actually, like, searched. But that there's also not an oversaturation of on the Twitch platform. This is working out for me way better. Buffing. Jesus, that's... Play the... Like, why would you... I don't know, man. Like, I watched... I didn't even look at that. Look at the game, moron! What do you think the... I watch all the people I watch for commentary as soon... Like, the thing is... As soon as I see a game that is remotely interesting, that I even have the slightest notion that I'm ever gonna play in my life, I just immediately close the video, maybe watch the first episode, and just not watch it, period, until I play the game. That's how I work. Humble Total War bundle, interesting. King me. I absolutely do not get people who substitute their playing for their watching. I only get people who, like, don't have the consoles, but, like, even now I can't play Bloodborne. I literally can't play Bloodborne because I don't have a PS4, nor will I in the foreseeable future, and foreseeable I mean like 5 years or so. And I still do not want to watch a playthrough of it. Because I just feel like the game is too good to be spoiled if there is even a remote chance of me playing it ever in my life. Yeah, I'll be probably quitting in an hour or so. So I only, like... I only watch people play something that I would not play. I am vehemently against just watching people play. I dodged though, like, you're a liar. Professor Broman, alright? Isn't it Ray's birthday today? Is he really streaming on his birthday? I guess it'll be like a party stream or something. Exactly. Like, I feel like, yeah, I watch the games for either the games I do not want to play, but just kind of feel like watching the story. But usually, people who I like to watch play those games, so I don't see the point in seeing any new people. Like, I don't see the point of rushing it. Like, I'm just gonna wait for the people I usually watch to play that game. Or I just want to... Don't, Scarecrow. I think it's the 15th of September, as far as I know. Hey, Foxy. Look, I added a new shiny death counter. Isn't it amazing? I think it's pretty cool. It's the 15th of September as far as I know, and today is the 15th. Not for Cheese though, because it's the 16th for him. Let's go, Broseph. I got your number, Artorias. I got you, baby. Oh, I missed him. I missed him. Ah, I whiffed. Oh, motherfucker. I missed him again. Ah, this is working out so well. What are you doing, bro? I dodged 2 of his triple slams. I think I might be able to beat him with this tactic. And before Ray's stream, so I can catch a bit of it. Well, scratch that then. Okay, Foxy, always put school first. Okay, so I was right. Ah, we're up to 97. That's the year of my birth. By the way, I'm not saying I'm old 1917 years. I'm 17 years old. I wasn't born in the actual year 97. Although that would be cool, like if I had all the wisdom of those years. Although the Middle Ages would suck pretty much. Because of, you know, the Dark Ages. How would it be? Like, okay. Yeah, if I want to go if I want to go to the Dark Ages, I can just go visit Mississippi. Oh, that's cool. Then we're like... I'm a year younger than you then. Yeah, I do sound like young from my voice, don't I? Yeah, I care about stuff too much to be someone older. Christ, Artorias. This is working out so well. That was not the stream. Those frames were real. I don't know what happened there. Oh. Nah, not really. Like I said, I care about stuff too much to be that old. Like, usually people are like, ah, feminism, I don't give a shit. Or religion. Yeah, like, think about, alright, like, think about the things you know now. Or the things you think now. Like, your opinions. And this is an interesting topic for me. Like, try to think what it would be like if you made your opinions public in certain, like, time frames and certain ages. Like, How would people react to your opinion in, let's say, ancient Greece in Athens, where democracy was present? Like if you said, all right, we shouldn't have slaves, and then presented your arguments, or that women should be equal, I think that would go over well with the Greeks. Somewhat. You wouldn't be killed, at least. But let's say you were in a period almost 1500 years after ancient Greece, the Dark Ages, you would, I think you'd definitely be burned at the stake, for your opinion. I'm pretty sure you would. Like, you'd be a witch or something for sure. What are you... Oh, are you... Too early, alright. Yeah, I actually read up a bit on ancient Greece, especially ancient Athens, like, fuck Sparta, Jesus Christ, that was a hellhole. They dropped you in wine or something, or water as a baby, and if you drowned, he's like, that shit is weak. Or they threw you to work, like if you were later found out to be weak. A good buddy of mine is almost streaming now. I don't know, I kinda enjoy his streams more than Ray's. I mean, he has a pretty quality microphone. His resolution is pretty quality. I like talking to him. And the most important thing is, his chat is not so cluttered. God, do I hate that in Ray's streams. Like, I can just watch. So I usually, if I watch Ray's streams, I watch them afterwards, because they are just so cluttered. You never get a say, almost never get a say in one of his streams. And it's in slow mode. I don't like slow mode. Hold on. Let me just notify my buddy here. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I was a sub for the first month, then I kind of realized the expenses were way too much for my income, which is like, the interesting thing is I don't have an allowance. Like, all the money I have is actually me getting paid for my, like, part-time coding job thing. Fuck. Oh, that was almost too early. So, and actually 66% of that goes to family, because we're kind of low on money. So, I couldn't really afford subbing to him. I did for the first month though, because I like supported Ray. I really like him. I like the whole Achievement Hunter crew. Too early. His slow slam gets me all the time. I honestly like Michael's Let's Plays the most. That guy really knows how to commentate while being on himself. He grasps the most, like, insane shit about a game and commentates in the most insane way. Since I was about 13, I did C++ in school, and I've went to C++ tournaments, so I know my way around that language. The procedural part, like I still do console applications, so I'm an algorithm man myself. But I've dabbled, and that's the I'm dead. That's the basis of my work. I've dabbled in Java. I mostly do JavaScript because that reminds me of C. And I know, of course, with JavaScript, I know HTML, and I know SQL, so I know a bit about, like, I know a bit about, fuck, how do you say that in English? It's like base podataka in Serbian. It's like, databases, yeah. I know my way around databases. I mean, you know how the Portal game is like think in portals. Like every single situation, how do you solve it with portals? Java is like that only with classes. Like in every single situation in Java, just think, alright, is there a class that does the thing I want to do? If not, is there a class that has something to do with the thing I'm trying to do? If there is, which there probably is, inherit that class and add new shit to it, and then use that new shit to do the stuff you want it to do. So it's just like Java, it's annoying to me because it's just tinkering with classes. And the whole deal with doing stuff with Java is just knowing what classes there are. Which is a good thing because, like, thinking in classes is a good thing for novice, like, programmers that work in that field, because your best friend in that regard is Google. Like, literally, 80% of everything you do will be solved by looking at Google searches of that particular problem and just finding the classes associated with that. Well, yeah, because like I mentioned, I've been dabbling with programming since I was 13, and I've been put in a situation where I kind of have to know about it to be able to support my family. So if I didn't, we'd be in a pretty rough spot right now. You piece of shit. Don't run away from me. SQL is pretty interesting. And JavaScript, like, if you know C++, JavaScript, like, JavaScript is pretty annoying because of its name. Like, you'd think JavaScript would have to do with Java, but it's almost like entirely based on C thinking. Like, you have to think in algorithms, and it's pretty simple, and that's why I really like it, and like handling it. Why are you doing that attack? It's just killing you. I didn't roll. Yeah, like the starting year, people who start with Java are stupid because without the knowledge of how procedural things work, without the knowledge of what classes actually are, without the knowledge of how they're made, what are structures, what are functions, what are types of variables and types of data, you can't comprehend Java. It'll just be a bunch of jumbled worms and terms in your brains that you just don't understand. The first thing everyone should learn is a procedural language. Preferably C++ because it's actually used nowadays. Like, you could do it with Pascal or or Visual Basic or something like that, but I prefer C++ because it's actually used. So that's a great mistake they're making with starting with Java, because you will just not like, it's not you, man. You really shouldn't worry about that. It's not you. You just aren't in a position to understand it because that's how just the Java is constructed. You really do need to understand how classes are made and what they are to be able to understand Java. But if you want a tip from me, honestly, oh, we got to 100, yay! I wish I could put a little balloon animation here, like, yay, let's celebrate the 100th death. Like, my tip is just start dabbling in your free time with C. Like, dedicate a few hours weekly to just doing stuff in C and doing C tutorials. C++. Well, C... Fuck you. C++ is literally C with just added classes. Yes, like, if you start C++ from scratch and you learn how the basic algorithmic thinking works, you will much better comprehend Java and how classes work. So I would absolutely recommend finding a good step-by-step tutorial and lesson plan for C++. It's much easier to comprehend, and it's super useful in the long run. So if you want to make your life easier, I would absolutely recommend learning C++. Fucking. Yay, let's party, yeah! So fun. Dying on Artorias 101. That's the lesson name here. Like, I completely just don't understand people that start with Java. Like, you learn what classes are and how to use them and functions and everything in C++. And then you should do Java when you know what classes are, because the only point to using Java, the only point and the only reason people use it to make stuff is to use the classes, because using the classes is simpler and like less in-depth than making something in C++. Yes, he does, but he's extremely punishable. I can like put in 3 or 4 hits in with a lot of his attacks. Meanwhile, Artorias is a quick bitch. The problem with Manus will be the range, most likely, because I won't be able to reach his small little legs. And as far as I know, Calamite should have more health, but Manus should have more defense. Or is it the other way around? Does Manus have less defense than Calamite? More. I'm not sure on how those stats exactly go. I've never looked into them. I was just like, yeah, they're tanks, so... The exact stats don't really matter, you just gotta kill them, so... I really wonder if they're poisonable, though, because that would help insanely. Artorias is not poisonable because he's a piece of shit, so... I can't do anything about that. Wrong way. That's a smart move, Cheese. I would recommend it. And, like, a good friend of mine that I've known for a year, but I don't think there's been a day that I haven't talked to him. I've basically spent about, let's say 2 or 3 months giving him 1 C++ lesson per week. And he pretty much knows enough C++ to tackle Java. Because he got to the point where he could get to classes and he understood what they were and what they represented and how to use them. And when you get to that point in C++, Java just becomes way more understandable, and everything you do in Java just becomes way more simple, and then you see why people use Java, because everyone with an understanding of C++ and how classes work and Java with more complex things will just prefer Java because of its simplicity. So it just makes no sense to start with Java. Absolutely no sense. Because, I mean, it's just like the entire lesson plan for every school. It's just cramming knowledge into kids' brains without them actually understanding it. That's what learning Java before C++ is. Cramming things and terms and knowledge into your brain without you even being able to understand what all that means. I dodged too early, that's my fault. Motherfucker. So, you are in a class that's taking on, you're in a computer science class, I'm guessing. It's a computer science course, right? Or something along those lines. There. Exactly, that's just what they do. I'm extremely grateful that I got to C++ because it's like programming's beautiful. And even at 13, C++ made me see how it's beautiful. And that's why I decided to be a programmer. I didn't even know what programming was. I thought it was something insanely... Informational technologies, yeah, software engineering, yeah. Got it. And just out of curiosity, how many women are in your classes compared to men? Why are you so vehement on doing this? Do a slam now, I don't even care. I can last in fights way longer now. Because I actually don't get insta-killed by the slam. I have a way... like, even though I die from it, I have a way higher chance of dodging it now. Jump. I thought that was too early. I thought I was gonna kill me. Interesting. It's interesting that so little women would sign up for such a high. That was my bad. I was greedy with the hits. I could have just hit him once. That so few women don't like helping clear the wage gap. It's interesting. It's so ironic that all those feminists that just hate the wage gap are actively adding to it. They are actively increasing the gap because they go into women's studies instead of Bachelor of Informational Technologies with a focus of software engineering or computer sciences or any computer-related courses. If you go into goddamn gender studies and then complain about the wage gap because that's what they were taught was true in their courses. It's interesting because the whole topic made one of my friends here on Twitch from Ray's channel, I won't tell her name, but one of my good friends, I mentioned not agreeing with feminism. I know they could. It's their choice. They choose to contribute to the wage gap. What are they all going for? The patriarchy? They're actively supporting the patriarchy by being stupid fucks that go into unpaying jobs? By getting useless diplomas? Why did you do the roar 2 times? Ah, too early, too early. Ah, my bad. My problem. Yeah, the slams aren't my problem anymore. It's just me being stupid, and I feel way more confident when I'm dying because of just being stupid than because of the slam. I feel like I could do him now. I actually feel way more confident. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of signing up to... I just got my IELTS test scores, so I'm in the process of signing up to courses in international universities. Hit me. Oh, that was hurt. I spoke too soon. So, I mentioned my friend, yeah? So, my friend, I just mentioned not agreeing with feminism. And she immediately started lashing out on me, saying first saying I misunderstood what it was, then saying I'm ignorant, I'm stupid, I just don't care about women's problems because I don't look into it enough, even though I know more about supposed women's problems than most feminists. And, she then... I asked her... I baitingly asked her because I knew what the first answer was gonna be. I said, alright, what are your proofs that women and men are unequal, especially in the United States? The first thing that she mentioned was the wage gap. I then started explaining why the age gap was bullshit. She just... The wage gap was bullshit. She left the chat, saying that she was just so upset she couldn't take it anymore, and then just didn't want to talk to me. Cooled off later a bit, but whatever, that left an impact on me because that's my friend. That's actually a person I care about that acted that way. A person I cared about. A person whose opinion I valued. And that happened to me. A person could not argue with me. Alright, prove me wrong then. I'm not... Like, my problem is not disagreeing. My problem was not her disagreeing with me. My problem was her acting the way she acted because she couldn't take an argument. She couldn't take someone challenging her beliefs. That was too early too, but I somehow survived that. That was, like... Like, I'm not over-exaggerating anything. That I'm just exactly telling you what... I didn't dodge at all that time. I know, whatever, like, you should supposed to talk about anything. About any single topic. No words, no topics should be taboo or censored. You know who was a fucking god in those things? George Carlin, and I'm so sorry. Even at the age of over 70, the man was still doing stand-up routines. still arguing against the stigmas and against the bullshit of today's world. In 2008, he passed away, and a truly great man. Like, all around. I didn't agree with a lot of his points that he made, but he was respectable because he could and would argue about any single topic possible, and he didn't care about any backlash he got from it. Huge respect for me. People really, like, the problem with people, right, is they make their beliefs part of their self. That's part of their personality. They make their beliefs part of their personality. And when you attack their beliefs, they connect that to attacking them personally, even though you're not doing that. I'm not interested in attacking people unless they consistently do bad things and I just don't like them. I'm 99% of the time interested in attacking arguments if they are wrong, if they misrepresent something. And you should not connect your arguments to you. That is wrong. You should be able to look at your arguments and your beliefs from an objective standpoint, from a standpoint that is not biased. And people have a problem with that. Like, I used to be a feminist. And then when I found out how much against free speech they were, and how much it is biased towards women, and how much men's problems are not discussed at all, and when I actually found out what the actual definition of feminism was, the actual one, I stopped being one. I'm an egalitarian, I'm for equality of everyone. You know... Man, this was a long rant, but it feels like too early, too... My mistake. My mistake, and I like that. I like that these are my mistakes. Artorias didn't fuck me over, it's my mistake, and it feels so good. Because that just means if I don't make the mistakes, he'll die. What happened to the bot? Did the bot turn off? Hold on. Just checking the death counter. No, it's... That's... Counter seems to be not working for some reason.
I love Falcons. Falcons sound theme is low. Falcons sound theme is
Well, that's weird. Let me try setting it to its... Does anyone else, like... Can anyone see my commands? Like, are my commands just not showing up? Or is the bot actually genuinely broken? Is the bot not increasing my deaths? What's happening here? Hit me one more time. For all I know, my chat on my phone might be broken and I might not even be seeing your messages. So I'm just gonna check in the chat log. No, It seems to have... I'll try to restart the bot. Just a second here. The bot seems to have disconnected from the chat. So that's the deal. Alright, so... It seems to have successfully connected now. If we turn on the death counter... Hold
I
on.
hate this.
Set it to here. Can someone test the bot for me? The only public death counter command you can... the game's... Alright, the game's... Hold on. The game's a bit... dickish. Alright, so... the only public death counter command for my bot is just... death. And it shows the number of deaths in the chat. So if anyone could test that, I'd be grateful. Yeah, and what I saw too is on my phone I don't seem to be seeing the chat, so I might have to reload the chat too. After I die. Come on, Artorias, I've finally gotten your number. I know how to beat you now. I know how to beat you. That was my mistake because I dodged the wrong angle. I didn't dodge 90%. Man, it feels good to finally make mistakes now. Instead of just getting destroyed. Okay, so hopefully I'm actually connected to the chat room again and I can see your messages. Wait, is it... Why is it still 104? Bot. Yeah, it doesn't match. It might be because at the start of OBS it hooks the text file and for some reason it unhooked. By the way, how do you like the way the death counter looks, by the way? Maybe if I add, it'll change. Alright, so I seem to be connected to the chat now. And hopefully changing the text file will change it on a screen. Yeah, thanks. I was trying like to pick a visible color, but also a color I like. Like, I was thinking maybe white, like the font on Dark Souls, but I kind of don't like white, so I tried black with red outline. First tried red with green outline, but that kind of looked weird. So black with red outline looked pretty good to me. Incidentally, black and blood red are my favorite colors, especially in a combination. That's the reason I kinda like Nero's outfit from Devil May Cry 4 the most. Yeah. I hope you guys know who Andy is. He's recently interned at Rooster Teeth. Andrew Blanchard, and I've been listening to Internet Box. I find Andy absolutely hilarious. And I don't know, I just thought now, for some reason, when he does the stinger, yeah, thanks, Mr. Fun Cheesecake, based Mr. Fun Cheesecake, who actually is using the color orange as his chat name right now. I'm using Puke Yellow. I was actually using red, a darker red, for my name since I, like, started Twitch. Then, like, during some of the raid chats, I was like, what's the most disgusting color I could pick? And then I picked Puke Yellow, and I still call it to this day. Yeah, Foxy the Pirate, whose name is Pink, thinks Pink's the best. What a surprise. Can't be greedy with the stinger. The stinger will... okay. Don't be crazy with them stabs, bruv. Tell you what, bruv. That Petrus, he's a rotten egg. Patches has, like, the best... Foxy, have you talked to... You're wrong! So, let me continue with Andrew Blanchard. So, like, I was just reminded, literally the first thing on one of the recent Achievement Hunter videos, or was it Internet Box, I really can't remember, he just started the video by saying "doo-doo-doo-doo-doo," and for some reason that, like, set of sounds was hilarious to me. Like, how do you think of that? Like, what's your thought process behind, I'm gonna start this video with "doo-doo-doo-doo-doo"? Like, I had to pause the video, I was crying of laughter, and I honestly did not know why. I did not know why I found that so hilarious. Who says he likes orange because of carrots? You fucking colorist. What if you've triggered him right now? Maybe he likes orange because of, I don't know, oranges. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, and I have a question for you. By the way, Priz, this is the asshole from last stream known as the Chaos Bug. Did you literally log in to your Liberty Prime account just because you're a mod on that account? Is that the only reason you logged into it? That's my question. Okay, what's the reason then? Because as you know, mods can control my bot. So mods and the author can control my bot, the Res Pengu bot. So if you knew the commands, which you do not, because you don't know what commands I'm even enabling. Ah, that didn't proc it? Really? Just do it. Orange is fucking awesome, pink is inferior in every way. Alright, kids. You've bickered long enough. I mean, it's time to stop joking. Let's be serious here for a second, right? So, red and black, best fucking colors, and that's it. Like, you can't even argue with that. That's just a proven fact. I mean, even scientists are focused on the color black. Even they think black's the coolest. Let me ask you the question. How many scientific discoveries have been about the color orange? None. How many of them, well, maybe when it was first discovered. How many recent scientific discoveries were about the color black? Well, many of them, because scientists are trying to find the blackest black of them all. So black is like the best color. Also, I think, Foxy, you meant the color Schmeal, because since Michael's Let's Play of Banjo-Kazooie, I will never, ever call Schmeal Cyan again. I will always call it Schmeal. That was a good playthrough, by the way. You should see that. Basically, the reason he called it Schmeal was because he literally forgot what the color was named, so he thought of a color himself. And it turned out to be Schmeal, so... That's like the official... I didn't even dodge. Black isn't a color, black is a lack of color. Or lack of light, sorry. Well, we're not talking about light, we're talking about, like, color on screen and color of things. So, and like, let's say color in paintings. Like, black is a hue, black is a color, for example, in computers. It's the lack of every other color, so it's hashtag 0000000, while white is hashtag FFFFFF. So, in fact, computers would disagree, and they would say that black is the color, and they'd say black is like the coolest color because, you know. That's the default color of the screen, even when the computer is off. Ha, I managed to pull that one out of my ass. How the hell did they prove a color is aerodynamic? Oh, I get it. I get it. Alright. Is that because of Sanic, Priz? Is that the level you've stooped to, or is this actually true? Because if it actually is true, then it goes in Sanic's favor quite a lot. Shut up, Owen. Orange is not the new black. You can take orange... Take a carrot and shove it up your ass. That's what I think of. I'm just kidding, though. Like, colors are awesome in general. Like, if everything was black and red colored, then that wouldn't be too interesting, would it? So, all colors are welcome here. Except niggers. I'm just kidding there too. I'm sorry for that. I don't know how that came out of me. Just had to. Also, what the fuck? This angered me too on stream, like on Brendan's stream, I think. Someone fucking silenced me for saying the word nigger, and I hate that. That annoys me so much. Censorship. He's a gay I'm not gay, you liar. I'm not. No, we've. What the fuck is a Sonic? Yeah. So. I'm not racist. I have nothing against black people. I'm just saying nigger is a word like every other. And it should not be censored, because it is a word. It's not a context, it's a word. It's as stupid as everything else I've been saying, like, about things. Like, it's stupid as every other concept I've been arguing against so far. Like, it's just part of censorship, and it makes no sense. What is censoring the word nigger gonna help? Like, it's stupid. Especially if I want to use it in a context of a joke or a quote. It's just, I have nothing against. You're you're ruining my chat with your bad words. Hold on, let me see here.
Really.
Qualitative aerodynamic test proving blue is... That's an interesting... Alright, I'm just looking through my chat right now. I don't need colors to go fast. Orange is the new black. No, it's not. You're doing boring stuff with colors. You don't like when your screen is... Yeah, I guess you got a point there. Damn it, you blew my argument out of the water. Everyone hail orange. You don't even like orange! Everyone form a circle of shun around him. He's a... What? I have nothing against gay people! You don't censor anything, Priz. That's my point. You don't censor anything unless... Like... Alright, actually disgusting things that just serve nothing in... It just serve no quality at all. Like, let's say... Fucking you report on the news about someone's dick chopped off. I'm betting the context there, to be understood, requires no amount of showing that cut off dick, and no one would want to see that. Like, I'd be fine with them showing it, but I'm completely fine with that being censored. And you can censor things in certain contexts. Like, just look at Rooster Teeth, for example. Like, they've said gay, they've said a bunch of things so many times. But let's say when Gavin says something in a really bad view, in a bad context, that's when they censor it. Not when the actual word is said, because they curse a lot and say a lot of weird things, but when he actually says something offensive. I'm against that censoring too, but I get it. Greedy. I tried to hit him 2 times on that one. I don't want to censor anything. I just told you. Like, I'm fine with that. Not, like... Owen, you're wrecking everything I'm standing for right now. Why are you doing that? I'm saying, like I said, if someone cut someone's dick off, that would be pretty gross, right? And just... If you reported that on the news, where millions of people watch it for news and not for gross cut-off dick pics, then I would understand censoring it, so people wouldn't get grossed out. It just wouldn't serve any purpose to show it. Even though I'm not saying it should be, I'm just saying I understand that. So, censorship isn't, like, never helps anything. I'm not trying to censor dicks. I was just saying if the dick was cut off and mutilated. That's what I'm saying. Wait, are you just saying that cut off dicks are art? Did you just... That's a nice interpretation of that, Priz. I love that. Alright, that would be fascist. I'm not Okay, so what have we figured out now? I'm a racist, a homophobe, a fascist. What else am I? Hold on. Okay, racist. Already got that. Oh, when you're repeating yourself.
Mr. Von.
Stop trying to. I'm trying to censor dicks. All right. Ass fetishes. Cut off dick pics. Expressing themselves.
Your chat isn't...
If someone cut off my dick and mutilated it, I would want it to be on the news. Okay. I'm fine with all of these things. I'm fine with every single one of these things we've discussed on stream, and I love it. I hate the term taboo for anything. I want anything and everything to be able to be discussed. Any single thing. Bad words do not exist. Only bad context. That's it. That's my opinion. And it should stay that way. If I ever get any level of following, I do not want that to change. Ah, I didn't... Christ, I didn't dodge that time. Oh. That should have killed me. Ah, I dodged. Dodge delay. Gay homophobe I'm a gay homophobe. Have you... I was watching a feminist rally the other day, and when the speech was over, they were all literally doing jazz hands. Because if you remember a certain, I forgot to mark my death about 2 times. If you remember a certain speech about someone in some, I don't know, they said that clapping was triggering. They actually meant that. I thought it was sarcasm. Again, Poe's law, Poe's law, the best example of it is feminism. So they legitimately advocated for the banning of clapping because it is triggering, and suggested something else like jazz hands. And on a feminist rally, literally after a speech, everyone was fucking doing jazz hands, and I was like, what kind of crazy cult is this? And then I remembered that speech. I'm against that. Listen, you guys with your kappas and everything, I don't.
Is Mr. Von Cheesecake?
He's joking. Don't worry about it. I'm just playing the part.
But
What if I'm not trying to say I'm against censorship.
if
I
I
just
didn't know any better, I would have thought you would not control.
No, he's a new follower of mine. I mean, we agree on a lot of things, so. And he's an aspiring programmer too, so +1 for him. But yeah, fucking. Alright. So, Owen, I figured out that locking on is a bad idea. And that generally not locking on will let me beat him. Finally. This may be the one. He didn't dodge! He didn't listen to me! You're against me being free-minded, stop doing that. It's against the religion I made up. I'm I'm not a Roman Catholic. Stop triggering me, Owen. You're a liar. Hey, you're literally a Roman Catholic in secret because you don't want your friends to know that you're a Catholic. Cause you're a bitch. Hold on. I'm an agent sent by the Pope to intel on the atheist conglomerate. Thanks for thinking so highly of me. Thanks for thinking. See ya, Fond Cheesecake. I might just end it now since I'm crossing the 2-hour mark, but I just feel like I'm on the verge of beating him. See ya, Cheese. Hope you'll catch another one of my streams. I'm on the verge of beating him. I know how to beat him now. Thanks for following, Cheese, and glad you had fun on the stream, and hope I see you next time. And there, are you gonna be increasing deaths now? Sure thing. No, shut up, because I'm fine. Ah, you bitch. I actually did one time during the stream. Um, I'm saying this because, like, about at the 100th attempt, I actually started dying because of my mistakes, and not because of the slam that I didn't know how to dodge. So, since I'm finally dying because of my mistakes, if I just don't make mistakes, I'll get them. Hello, David, 20, 200, 20,027. God, numbers. Numbers. What video was that from, by the way? I think that was a YouTube poop. Who's a fan of YouTube poops here? In the chat. I absolutely adore YouTube poops. If you... Oh, I almost thought I was gonna die there. If you don't know what YouTube poops are, they're basically when people like use videos or whatever to and then distort them by making the people in the videos say different things than they said originally and adding like distortions and everything. And then make that into an entire video by itself, so I absolutely love those. My favorite YouTube pooper is The Things One. I hope you've heard of him. And like second favorite, a close favorite is Dyke Kike. He's one of the really old ones. Of course, I enjoy like quality made ones, so people usually don't make quality ones and just like throw in a bunch of distortions and backwards sections and just like make them say things like dick and poop and whatever stupid things they can think of. But like making quality poops that's really hard to do, and I appreciate and any one of those creators of those. What, Artorias? Sorry, David, I'm not able to... You're heading out? Alright. I hope I'll get him too. Boy. Come on, Arty. Don't do anything weird, alright? So... Why are you... Oh, you and your patterns. Stop. Okay. I didn't even see what I was doing there. I feel like this particle effect is making my game a bit more framey. And I don't like that. Do something other than the slam, for Christ's sake. You're just being a nuisance. Do the jump or something, please. Oh my god, Artorias, come on, man. Oh, why? Does his AI, like, figure out that I'm killing him via the jump or something? Oh, no, I'm dead. That delay slam is pretty good. Yeah, you can quote me on that one. There's actually a command that I could activate where you can make quotes. I know, but did you see how he just spammed the slams and the attacks? Like, he didn't do the jump, he didn't do the stinger, he didn't do the swing for so long for some reason. I fucked up because of his delay attack, so that was my bad. But I was doing pretty good against him. I just have to be careful of that one. That one will really get you. I don't know because that's never happened to me, so. Alright, we finally got someone other than me to, Deo, could you just move the on-screen keyboard a bit to the left so I can see how many viewers there are? Okay, 3. That was, like, he did 4 of those, and ironically, those aren't the ones that killed me, so... I missed him. Missing him is not a nice prospect. Oh, I didn't dodge in time. See, you can't even do 2-1s before dodging. You're not being a troll, you're... Because it's not intelligent, it's just being annoying. I will beat him, though. Come on, isn't someone gonna tell me what else I am? Am I like am I a Nazi? Or even better, a communist, since I know Owen is secretly a communist. Right, Owen? He actually said, many a time that he, disagrees with America being too capitalistic, and he wants it to be way more like communistic. Like he wants us to just basically rip out the Constitution because he hates the Constitution of America. And he just wants there to be no government and wants America to be a communist nation. I don't spam it, it's automated. I don't even automate it like other streamers do. I made it go every like 30 or 40 minutes or so. Like usually people set it up to 5 or 10. I don't like that in my face any more than you do, so I want it to just be there so people know it's there. I don't want it to be in their faces, alright? I really do not want to force anything on anyone. I'm absolutely doing this for myself, and if anyone like feels like they want to support me, that's their choice. I don't want anyone to feel left out just because they don't give me money, so... Why? What have I done to you, Artorias? Except try to kill you about, I don't know, 117 times. 414, fuck, I didn't look at the number. That's... At least that doesn't kill me though, so that's a plus. I feel good about my own stupidity killing me. I think that's the best part of this rebel. You are just being a piece of shit, though. Oh no! Okay. I dodged and it didn't do it. I'm not expecting tips! I'm not streaming because I expect people to give me money. I'm just saying there's an option to do it. I don't expect it at all. Money grubber. I don't even mention it in stream. And the bot is set up to every like 30 to 40 minutes. Also, no one subscribed to me because I'm not a Twitch partner, so... And plus, you're the one that's... Shut up. Shut up, both of you. That's because he's challenging me on it. And plus, you're the one that's fucking up my follower base. Like, I actually have 27 followers. You're following me with your alt account. You're fucking me up, Owen. It's your fault. You're the fraud here. Look, I'm calling you out right now. And who's peer pressuring anyone? No one in the chat has mentioned donating to any other person in the chat. How is it peer pressure then, when there's no peers doing the peer pressure? I'm not angry, you're angry. Shut up. It's not like the 114 deaths from Artorias have aggravated me. By the way, did you add to the death counter? I feel like it was 114 already. Oh, it added. Alright, it just didn't appear on stream for some reason. Oh yeah, 115, alright. You bitch, alright. Yes. That's the point, genius. When you see it on stream, that... Yeah, but then it'll spoil it in the chat, so...
Yeah, it'd be nice to...
Hey, I'm not dumb, shut up.
Wow. Just increased death.
Why are you... I'm gonna unmod you just because of this.
Please unmod him so I can time him out.
I promise you, if you tinker with the death, how is he a moron? Oh, so you're saying you want to take care of the deaths then? Alright then, if you want to. No, he's saying that, he told you... Ah, I didn't dodge on time.
Hey, Clark, every he streams, you must be on.
You know no one can hear you, right? And... Yeah, the death counter is a really big responsibility. Oh, whoa. Question for chat. What do you guys read? What's like your favorite reading material? Personally, my favorite books are by Arty Croshaw. Yes, Owen, the thing you don't know what means. I meant, like, what genre, what writers, what are your favorite books? That's what I meant. I personally prefer both, like, both of the novels by Arty Croshaw are my favorite books, so... I love his work. You bitch, I knew you were gonna do that. Okay. Fucking knew it. Fuck, you almost killed me, Arty. Jesus. You gonna do a stinger or something? Please? Something? That's punishable. Okay. Do more of anything that's punishable. Fucking! Now the dodge delay is killing me. How to be a colossal faggot, but by S hit lords. That sounds like an amazing book, Owen. Your favorite books are books with words in them. So you don't like comics? Comic books? The problem was when you... Yeah. Basically, when you turn to a different direction, oftentimes the dodge input doesn't go through. Huge problem for the Artorias fight. I'm dead. Wow, I'm not dead. By the way, recently in the latest This Week in Stupid by Sargon of Akkad, basically Andrew Garfield was complaining that they don't want to make Spider-Man pansexual, even though he is an established white straight man. They want to somehow magically change the character, even though they can just as easily make a new character with the traits they want to implant on them for some reason. So Sargon of Akkad, what he did was he kindly made a new character for Andrew Garfield that he could portray. I fucked that up because of fucking... He made a character that Andrew Garfield can portray. And basically the origin of the character is... Well, the character is called Blank Slate. He is a straight person who goes to college, and then suddenly a raging radioactive faggot bites him, and he turns into Homo McFaggotson, a trans lesbian who has the ability to get gay married not once but twice. And what he does is he fights people using social justice. And I quite like that hero. I'd like to see comic books of that hero. Because Homo McFagotson seems like a compelling character. Well, I don't know, Foxy, since I'm not going to college. But who knows, I might get bitten by a raging radioactive faggot and I might turn into Homo McFagotson. Who knows? Like I said, Homo McFagotson goes to college. By the way, Sargon of Akkad does all of this in a British accent, so it's much more compelling. I turned in a circle for some reason instead of going to one direction. I don't know how you figured that, Owen. Especially by the extent to the ugliness of my face. You wouldn't expect that out of someone that's 27. You'd expect that from a teen. So, and my voice breaking. Is that another tactic by the Roman Catholic Church to use voice breaking as a tactic of infiltration? What did that... By the way, why are words censored? I explicitly told Twitch not to censor anything. And I explicitly told the bot not to censor anything. So why is fag being censored then? What the hell is going on? Oh my god, we almost have 11 square deaths. Stop, please. Alright. Ah! Okay. Oh, he's doing a lot of punishable attacks for some reason. Is he like prepping a mega spam attack of death? He's being pretty nice to me. Except that. That was not nice. He like lulling me into a false sense of security. Yep. And my face stays ugly forever. Let me just check what you wrote to me on Facebook. Watch something. You said don't be gay at Chick-fil-A. Ha! Good one. Gay people are faggots and homosexual. That's an amazing narrative. That just seems right up your alley. Who's the fourth person? Whoa. Fourth man? What man? Fourth man. Here, Owen, remember that one? Hey Owen, when are you gonna not be a piece of shit and be a guest in one of the streams? That's a serious question, by the way. Deo, look at who fourth man is. Huh, that was a mystery adage. That was like a mystery bug on Twitch. It said like someone came by for some reason. On the weekend, you say?